Hi, Michael from Machination Studio. First of all, please pardon the audio. There's been a bit of a problem getting the right audio. So this update will be presented as a series of video logs because the factories don't allow me to take pictures or videos, and quite frankly the journey to and fro is really grimy and ugly, so I didn't include much of that. Yeah, so enjoy. I'm in Shenzhen, China right now. Just at the hotel room. It's 8 a.m. in the morning. In half an hour we'll be meeting the guys for breakfast, and then we'll be heading out. First meeting will be 10 a.m. at a prototyping company, and maybe two other manufacturing companies in the afternoon. Yeah, so I got a guy here who's helping me out, who kind of make contact with the company. So yeah, this is interesting metropolis. Shenzhen is constantly growing, constantly changing. Every time I come here, there's something new. Say hi, Marshall.
Hello.
So yesterday was a long and very busy day. I went to 3 places. First was the prototyping place in the morning. I'm afraid there's not a lot of footage because, well, it is a prototyping company that does work for automotive companies. A lot of stuff is secret. They were the ones who did some 3D prints for me. So I've got some very initial 3D prints. This is SLA. So it's really nice detail, really expensive, but really nice detail. But I think they're probably one of the cheaper SLA providers around. So I got a good sense of the parts that I have to work with. But I think this particular prototyping company is more geared up for large items. They do a lot of automotive interior parts. So they're not really geared out towards making small items like this. And I think one of the things that I've learned, in my work so far is that if a company is not really geared out for a certain type of work, it's going to cost them more to perform those tasks. They just do not have the equipment set up for that. I left a bit of disappointment. I got my parts. I like how they look. I like how they turned out. But I'm not sure about the production side of things, so I left with kind of worried. KFC had a bit of a thought. Okay, let's go visit these guys. We had a bit of a walk. Again, no pictures. A lot of these companies. So yeah, they specifically said no videos. Don't put anything up on YouTube. Don't put anything up online. So we visited this toy. Well, I guess it's a resin casting kind of a character model company. And this was really strange because it was like inside a village and it was pretty run down. It's pretty hard to find. We had to like kind of weave ourselves through small lanes inside a village. And my first impression is this resin character company is straight out of the 90s. It's the stuff that I was looking at was available in the market when I was a kid. I wouldn't say it's low quality as such, but it's old-fashioned. When the saleswoman arrived and she showed us around, one of the interesting things, they were doing something current. They're doing Independence Day 2 collector's edition DVD set thing. So it's like they've got a statuette of Independence Day 2 ship, which I thought, oh cool. So this is something pretty current. This is something pretty cool. Turned out looking really good. So if that hits the shelf, I've seen it first. But the rest of the stuff they were doing were pretty low quality, low end stuff. I don't mean low quality as in their finished quality, but it's just one of the things that will turn up being sold for really cheap when you see them in shelves. And most of the factory was unused. Most of it was dark. So I think my confidence in that company is not very high, in the sense that what if I give them a job and it's big and they can't fulfill it, or I give them a job over a long term expecting some result over a long term, and they don't survive that long. So yeah, so when I left the place, I was really down, and the way the reply they gave to me was that it's still going to cost as much as the prototyping company. So not happy. I was pretty sad when I left, and I was pretty worried, really. I was like, oh God, I really have to go back and do a major redesign and rethink of my design, of my philosophy. Initially, I was like, okay, it's not, the next factory is going to be like this one. It's not a lot that I can see from it. So maybe we might skip it and, just go head for dinner and stuff. But hell, we went anyway, because it was a hell of a taxi ride. It was like across the other end of the city, and this is a metropolis. This is like a 14 million people metropolis. So it was right at the other end. So there was a hellish taxi ride. And when we went there and we saw the stuff, I was like, yeah, the first thing I saw was this giant statue of the first monster you get to play in the video game Evolve. And this was like bloody 2.5 feet tall. So it's like, first impression, these guys do current stuff. They can do huge stuff, and this thing was looking great. So my confidence was like, oh, okay, at least we found somebody who did things, interesting toys. We got to see their showroom, we got to see their production, and wow, they were doing really nice stuff. And when we started discussing what I wanted to do, I was more confident, and he gave me some suggestions of using polyurethane, gave me some prices and stuff. And like, hey, maybe this guy will work out, because he's really set up. He's really set up for doing current stuff, and he actually has fairly thin resin cast. And I think, hey, wait, you can get that to work. If you can get that to work, you can get mine to work. Whereas so far, I think the other two manufacturers were real hesitant to do really thin materials like this, really thin parts like this. So I think the takeaway is I left there with a little bit more confident that my product can actually be produced. So I think I still have to go back and do a bit of redesign because of the suitability of my design. But I think I have found somebody I can work with to get this done. So this is rather embarrassing because I realized I lost audio on my subsequent video clips, which is kind of silly because they're just videos of me talking, and now they have no audio. This was a Thursday, and it was the day after I spent the whole day in Huaqiangbei. There's a bunch of, I've got a video of my trip there, which you can see in this link over here. And to give you a better idea of what you can find in Huaqiangbei. So there I bought a bunch of switches, connectors, buttons, and battery packs, casings, and stuff like that. So it's the place to go to in Shenzhen for electronic and electrical parts. Yeah, so I'm going to keep this short because I really have no idea what I was talking about. It's kind of silly watching my face. And I ended up eventually buying everything I needed. So that was a productive day at Huaqiangbei. And yeah, I can start on the electronics prototyping phase, once I get back. Another video with no audio. So this is from Friday, I think. And I'm in Hong Kong. And this video mostly is going to be talking about the fun bit of the trip. We did a bit of toy shopping, and I've got this video out about places to shop for toys in Hong Kong. So go please check it out. We found a new place called Toyzone in, new to me anyway, in Tai Koo MTR station on actual Hong Kong Island itself. And it's a really nice warehouse store that has got so much merchandise that's just floor to ceiling of merchandise. And it was packed with consignments and goods. So if you like some obscure old series of toys, you may well be able to find it there. Towards the end of the day, my friends bought some stuff, and I found this really cool third-party Transformers Unicron bust. And this is, quite interesting because, well, it's not something that Takara or Hasbro made, and it's not a bootleg of that. It's just somebody, who is a fan of Transformers and wants to make something for sale. And these third-party products can be pretty high quality and really nice, even though they're not original, or none of the money goes to Takara or Hasbro in the end. But I always thought that there's something interesting to look at. This is just another aspect of the toy industry, especially kind of like the gray area toy industry of Asia, that you can check out. Yeah, again, keeping this short because it's silly watching me talking with the out of sync audio. I'm probably going to spend the next few weeks redesigning what I need to do and to pursue that direction. I also met a guy in Hong Kong, and he project manages a lot of independent toy manufacturing in Hong Kong and China, and he does really good work. So I'm quite confident that if I need to scale up my production, I can turn to him, and hopefully he can help me out there. So having said all that, I hope you guys learned something, although most of it was looking at my face. So take care.